Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
All right, we're using something that I haven't used in quite some time. I had to get the dust off there, the snow tracker. And so the chance for accumulating snow in the metro area is about 95%. Why is it not 100%? Well, there's going to be an area, a zone where there's a mix, and it might get up to the south side and affect some of the snow totals, maybe cause some melting. But it's a low chance of that happening enough that, there wouldn't be any snow on the ground. So more on that in a moment. Tonight into Saturday morning's the timing. There'll be some roads, some businesses impacted. Now, this afternoon, we're going to be in the mid to upper 30s for highs. We're going to have increasing clouds. Lots of clouds this afternoon. Lots of clouds tonight, but there'll also be some precip starting up around 9, 10 o'clock. Now, as it starts up, keep in mind the temperatures will be just above freezing. There might be just a short, brief bit of a mix, but it'll quickly change over to snow as the temperatures drop down to the freezing mark or even a little lower north of Hampton Roads, I believe. Now, tomorrow, though, the temperatures might rise a little bit, especially in there between Elizabeth City and Manteo. Temps will be above freezing for a long stretch. And then we'll all get above freezing in the afternoon. We'll be in the low 40s in Hampton Roads later Saturday, so there'll be some melting. Now, we've got high pressure out there today moving to the east. We've got low pressure down to the southwest. Lots of moisture pushing up north of it, and you know what? We're going to be in that snow zone for quite some time, but we might get close to the mix zone for some. Super Doppler 10 radar. Right now we've got quiet weather out there. There's nothing happening other than clouds are increasing. They're going to continue to increase as we go through the midday hours. So lots of clouds in the afternoon. Temperatures will top off in the 30s. Winds are not as strong today. They'll be out of the northwest about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Here's 6 o'clock. We're going to have quiet weather out there, but notice there's no precip, but there's a lot of clouds. So the evening commute should be fine. You might even see some Virgo. You might see some stuff on the radar, but it's not reaching the ground yet. But it probably will be about 9, 10 o'clock. Now we get some scattered snow showers. It may even start as snow over the Outer Banks, but watch down there. Unfortunately, if you love snow, it's going to change over to rain. The rain snow line, the mix zone, gets up to the state line, maybe into Virginia Beach and Chesapeake, at least the south end at 2 o'clock in the morning. The rest of southeast Virginia, it's snow. It's coming down, and maybe a little heavy at times in some spots. 6 o'clock in the morning, we still got a lot of snow showers, but notice maybe even some rain for a little bit in Virginia Beach. Definitely rain for the Outer Banks at Currituck, but snow showers from Portsmouth, Suffolk, over to Newport News, Hampton, and Cape Charles and Gloucester. And then it starts wrapping up between about 7, 8 o'clock. It should be just about done by then, and then it is done probably about 9 o'clock, give or take. So then we've got clearing skies out there and a northwest wind in dry weather, highs in the low 40s Saturday afternoon. Okay, so that's what we're expecting for the timing of it. Let's talk about totals. The models are in pretty good agreement now. There's a big swath of about 2 to 4 inches for the heart of Hampton Roads, kind of north and south of there. The theme is, though, that there's lesser amounts down to the southeast, down towards the Outer Banks, maybe even from Virginia Beach to the south. So that's where we're expecting less. So putting all that together, here's my snowfall forecast. Mostly a melting mix for the Outer Banks up to the state line, maybe up to an inch over southern Virginia Beach down into, let's say, the Hertford area, and then around Gates County up to Chesapeake, northern Virginia Beach, 1 to 2 inches. This could change. We'll talk more about that. I am going to zoom in a moment, but just note that about 2 to 3 from Franklin, Suffolk, over to Portsmouth, Norfolk, and then you get into Isle of Wight and northern Isle of Wight, Smithfield, Newport News, Hampton, Poquoson, Williamsburg, Gloucester, Matthews, Cape Charles, Melfa. That's where you're in that 3 to 4 zone, isolated 5 inches. 2 to 3 north of there, up towards the Parksley area, maybe even less around Chincoteague. So Hampton, you're in that 3 to 4 inch zone. This could change a little bit. There's some wiggle room here, and this is the toughest part, that 1 to 2, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, because that's where we're going to have that mix for a time. And the snow totals may come down, but the problem is there may be a little iciness in there over the south side in North Carolina, a little bit mixing in, some sleet, maybe a little freezing rain. So check back for updates on it, and I've got information on the weather blogs coming out here in a little while, so you can take your time and look at all this. Increasing clouds today, highs in the upper 30s, mid to upper 30s, 1 or 2 40s to the south. I doubt we'll even get there now. I'm kind of debating that. But tomorrow, 41, we'll get clearing after that precip in the morning.